The following vlog was filmed on January 28th, the day after the NFL's Denver Broncos beat the New England Patriots to win the AFC Championship. After that, the Broncos, in a record-breaking season, lost to the Seattle Seahawks at the Super Bowl. I found it to be a disappointing loss for my team, as did much of the US. Nevertheless, congratulations to Seattle on their awesome victory. Now, on to the video. Hey there, Mayank here, and guess what? The Denver Broncos are going to the Super Bowl. Those of you outside the United States may have no idea what I'm talking about, and that's okay. This year I've gotten heavy into American football. And most years I haven't honestly cared too much. In fact, I used to dread the football season because I used to view it as the beginning of the colder months back when I lived in Denver. So what changed? Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning is the quarterback for my favorite football team, the Denver Broncos. For those not fluent in football, the quarterback is basically the lead guy and arguably the most important player. Peyton Manning has been one of the best quarterbacks in the National Football League for years. But back in 2011, his former team, the Indianapolis Colts, decided to let him go after 14 seasons, and that meant that Peyton Manning needed somewhere to go, and to my luck, that place was Denver. The Denver Broncos hasn't been to the American Football Finals, better known as the Super Bowl, since 1999. That's a pretty long time, and Peyton Manning has clearly had something to do with such success. I remember when I was in elementary school, the kids in the school cafeteria were talking about that year's Super Bowl. It was the Indianapolis Colts versus the Chicago Bears. And back then, Peyton Manning was with the Colts. Then I never realized that those kids were talking about football teams, and I hardly knew anything about football. And so when the kids asked me Colts or Bears, I decided to go for the more familiar Bear, as I did not know what Colts were. But when I found out my dad thought the Colts had a better chance of winning, I quickly changed allegiances. And they did. Interestingly, said conversation occurred back when I went to an elementary school in a suburb of Denver. And today, Peyton Manning is those guys' quarterback. Talk about interesting consequences. Another interesting consequence is I care more about the Denver team here in Dallas than I ever did when I was living there. And boy did I enjoy watching the Broncos this year, especially the last two games against San Francisco and New England. I want Peyton Manning to prove himself out there in New York, where the Super Bowl is going to be held, that he still has what it takes to win in the NFL. And I want the Denver Broncos to win too. And if anyone familiar with the Denver Broncos is watching me, and they're looking at my jersey, which is a number 8 jersey, they may be wondering, why on earth are you wearing that number? It's irrelevant now. And there are about two arguments you can make. One argument is that, well, maybe he's giving tribute to the Broncos' past. Another argument is that since Kyle Orton, the player who used to wear the number 8, is now a player for the Dallas Cowboys, that I found a link between Denver and Dallas and I'm wearing this jersey. My personal argument is that, well, this is the only jersey I have. Actually, it's my dad's. So do you guys have any favorite moments watching American football? How about any other spectator sports? Let me know in the comments section down below. Keep your head sharp, keep your heart strong, and keep your stomach hungry for the next video, because I will see you next time. Goodbye, guys. This year I've gotten heavy into Italian football.
Italian football.
Okay. This year I've gotten heavy into heavy. This year I've gotten heavy. This year I've gotten heavy into American football. And most years I honestly haven't cared too much, but this one I've been pumped about watching, bro.
Boo.
Most years I haven't been watching American. No, that's true. This year I've gotten heavy into American. We're gonna. This is part of the reason I wanted that.
Don't do that to me. Don't do that to me.
Peyton Manning.
Don't make it too creepy. Or make it extremely creepy.
Peyton Manning. Oh, wait, hold on. I'm gonna do it one more time. No, don't do that to me. Peyton Manning. For those most important with football, no. For those most valuable with football,
Yeah.
the fans are always most valuable.
The fans.
For those not fluent in football, the quarterback is basically the lead guy and arguably. But in 2011, the Indian
Indianapolis.
Back in 2011, his Indianapolis Colts traded him. And Peyton.
And if anyone's familiar.
So, if you are looking at my jersey, you may be wondering, I did something strange with the camera. Alright. Thought that jumping thing was kind of cool though. Alright.
That was weird.
I quickly changed allegiances.
Well, of course, you have to pledge your allegiance to the
I
flag.
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America.